Emery's in her T-sphere, I'm in my Superman shirt, and today we're going to be reviewing James Gunn's new film, Superman. Let's hop right into it.
I loved the color that they used. Like, his suit is very bright. The world just seems, it's the color grading, honestly, but like they chose to go for that color grading, that color scheme really just shows that they're trying to bring more of a hopeful feel back to Superman and back to superheroes.
When I go see a movie, I want to leave my world and go to a different world. And this film did that. Like, the vibe was different. Like, everything was hopeful, everything was happy. And then when it wasn't, you could tell there was going to be happiness, you know? So we had been making this mini-series for so long. We had been working on it for, how many months do you think we were working on this? I mean, preparing it has been a while, but like, how many months do you think we've been like recording the episodes?
I don't know, like
3.
I was gonna say like 3 months,
4
probably
maybe?
3 or 4.
Our dad came out with this idea because we're a big Superman like family. Like, we love Superman and we love everything about him. And so he's like, you guys should do something to prepare for this new DCU Superman movie. And I was like, that's a good idea. He's like, you should like rank all the Superman actors. So it was his idea, and then we just kind of like took it and like we ran with it. And so it was really fun to see like how many views we were getting, the responses, and this was like the first time we had actually gotten a lot of hate comments on a video. Like, it got pretty ruthless, and it was like, whoa, he's just a fictional character, but he matters, and I think that's why you guys love these episodes so much, because you can relate with us. And yeah, so we saw Superman, and it was, I mean, going to the theaters, I made a little short about it. I thought, I was very nervous because we had been spending hours and days and months working on, a mini-series to prepare for this. And if this movie sucked, like, we literally just wasted like 4 months of our lives we're never going to get back.
We honestly, like, we've been hyped about it and like talking about it, thinking about it since like when we did our fan casting. Like, they hadn't even cast any of the people.
Yeah.
Like, we've been like,
when James Gunn
getting ready to see this movie for so long, so it was like, is it gonna live up to the hype, or like did we just have too much like pressure going into it?
I mean, even the crazy part is, it's like, we predicted that David Corenswet was going to be Superman. We did a fan casting when we were only on Spotify. Like, we weren't on YouTube. We were just on Spotify. And the funny part is, we both said David Corenswet would be an awesome Superman, and we just loved him so much.
Let's do Superman. So I picked, he's not well known. He's 29, and he's only been in 3 American movies. Mm-hmm. His name is David Corenswet. Yeah, this actor, I haven't seen a lot of that he's been in.
And then James Gunn cast him, and we were like, oh my goodness, this is insane. And this was back in 2022, we made the prediction, and now it's 2025, and the film's finally come out. So, I mean, it's silly to say, but I feel like we kind of are a part of the making of it. I feel like we were part of the promotion team in some extent, because we were posting like so much about it. It was crazy. And then even like before they even like were doing audition tests, like, we were talking about it, we were fan casting, and we got one actor right, which is the biggest actor of the film, which was David Corenswet, Superman. So I thought that was so cool. And like, when we were like we started the miniseries a few months ago, but like, to be honest, it's actually probably started a few years ago. In 2022, we were preparing for this movie, like, we were hyping about it. So like, you can hear my voice in the early episodes where we're like hyping this movie up, and I had not hit puberty yet. So, I mean, thank you guys for sticking around, because I would have just logged out of that episode. It's super hard to hear in voice when it's changed, But going into this film and watching it, Emery and me sat at 2 different spots of the theaters. We did not talk to each other at all during the film. And then once we saw it, I said, don't tell me what you think about it. Let's save it for the podcast, so it's a raw, real reaction. So we had my little sister there, and then we had our friend there, and they were talking about it. And I would share little things. Emery would share little things. But we are really kind of just like straight up, like just talking about it, like legit, like this is the first time. So I'm very curious. Emery, how did you feel about David Corenswet as Superman and James Gunn's new film, Superman?
So I really like him as Superman. think he's like some of my favorite parts are like like he doesn't really curse. Like there's one part where he does say something, but really it's not even like he's using it, not justifying that it's still a bad word, but it's not like he's using it in the way that it's normally used. But like in the beginning, he's like, what did he say? He's like, oh, what the hey?
Yeah.
And then like he says something
Golly,
else.
or-
Golly. Yeah. So it's just like, it's just things that it's like, he seems very wholesome in that way. And I really like that. I love the, like, the way that he just seems very like hopeful, and like he portrays the character as like he's trying to be hope. He's trying to figure out why he's supposed to be here, which that's a huge part of the movie.
Yeah, originally the film was going to be called Superman Legacy, and then I was like, why is this film called Superman Legacy after watching it? I was like, this makes no sense. But then we talk about we talk about it, but also like in the film he thought his legacy was something, and it becomes he has to make his own legacy. And so I think that was interesting, but I didn't think it was as big as a plot point to make it a like title card like in the film.
Yeah, no, it definitely has its
was
importance,
the undertone of
but
the film, but
yeah.
like I don't think everyone would have picked that up.
No.
We also didn't see the trailers. We had never seen any of the trailers going to this film, so I was shocked with a lot of things, and I had never heard David Corenswet's Superman voice or Clark Kent voice or even Lex Luthor. I hadn't seen any chemistry, and so I was very like, oh my goodness, it was like eye-opening when seeing it, because I was like, oh, so this is what people were talking about, you know? But sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, I don't remember. It's okay, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. But for the film, I think it was fun. I think it was really cool. It was really entertaining. And will I say it's a perfect film? No, it's not perfect. But was it enjoyable? Absolutely.
Yeah, and I feel like it's definitely, like, I loved the color that they used. Like, his suit is very bright. The world just seems, it's the color grading, honestly, but like they chose to go for that color grading, that color scheme really just shows that they're trying to bring more of a hopeful feel back to Superman and back to superheroes, because for a while it was just like, these are almost like vigilantes. Like, you're kind of scared of them. You don't really want to cross them. And it's like, that's not how superheroes should be. So I really enjoyed watching them kind of bring back a hopeful feel to the superhero movies. So.
Yeah, totally. I agree. It was different. I've never seen a movie like it. It's the most faithful adaptation of a comic book. Like, it feels like you're watching a Saturday morning cartoon or a comic book. And I will say there are pros and cons to that. I think if you are a huge comic book lover and you love comics, you will love this film. But if you don't watch comics and you don't like really watch comics, if you don't read comics and you don't really know, and you're kind of like, oh, I'll just see it with my family, you know, and you're not really up to date with stuff, you will be lost. And I think that was kind of a problem, but I think James Gunn knew his audience was dedicated DC fans.
See, I don't read a bunch of comic books, but I didn't really get lost.
Really?
Like, I knew, yeah. I think you could go in and be like, I know people who've not read a comic book a day in their life, and they really enjoyed it, and they knew the characters enough to know what was going on. So I think it's a broader audience than we would necessarily think it might be.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's a good way to look at it. But no, I think the color grading was phenomenal. I thought the vibe, the retro but also futuristic, was so sick. I thought this film was it was a comic book, and I've always wanted that. I've always wanted a comic book movie, and I was getting kind of sick and tired of like the Dark Knight ripoffs, where it's like it's so realistic. It's like it could happen like in your real world. It's like I don't care for that. I just want to, when I go see a movie, I want to leave my world and go to a different world. And this film did that. Like, the vibe was different. Like, everything was hopeful, everything was happy, and then when it wasn't, you could tell there was going to be happiness, you know? And I thought that was so fun and so cool. And even with like the side characters, the Justice Gang, how do you feel about them?
They did a good job with them. I mean, you definitely could tell that they were in it for more, well, not necessarily Mr. Terrific.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think.
Was that his? That's his name.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it's his name. Not necessarily him, but you could tell that like the other two were kind of in it for the fame, or they were in it for the money, or whatever. I don't know if they got paid for it, but
They do.
so it's like you can definitely tell that they have different reasons for doing what they do than Superman. But that's kind of a part of their like little arc in the movie, is that like later on they have to decide to help this like foreign country in the end because they're going to be attacked. So it's like, yeah, it might not be what they had original. I don't know where I was going with that. Sorry.
No, it's all good. No.
But I think they did a good job with like showing the difference between them and Superman.
But they were also like the stepstones, like they were the blocks of building for this universe. They were there kind of to show there's more than just Superman in this world. And that's what I loved about this film, but I know some people are hating that. They say it's over crammed. I don't agree. I think everybody had a purpose in this movie, and it shows how big the universe is, which is so sick.
That's true, yeah. And it's not like they're in every single shot either. It's like when they were in the shots, it was for a purpose, and it's not like, oh, we're just throwing them in to throw them in. It's like, no, like you said, like they had a reason for being there, and it wasn't every single moment of the movie that they were there. So
yeah. Totally.
I think they were fine.
Yeah. The whole film is kind of revolved around these two countries that could go to war, and what is Superman's involvement and what is Lex. But the thing is, you're kind of thrown into it, which I didn't hate it. I thought it was like, okay, we're thrown into it. We're not going to do when Superman was a baby, he crashed. I think everybody knows that storyline, and I think James Gunn didn't want to repeat that stuff, but I think he might have went a little too far because there were scenes that were just text on screen. And I was like, I wish we kind of would have seen that. You know, Superman stopping these bombs that were going to hit a country, or missiles or whatever. And I was like, I wish I would have kind of seen that. That would kind of be cool. Or like him talking to the leader of the country and like hanging him on a cactus. Like that would have been kind of really neat to see. But I mean, I understand what James Gunn was kind of doing. He's like, I just want to go straight into the story. I don't want to like do dilly dally. But it's like that is a part of the story, and like some people are going to miss that. But I think it still works out in the end. So.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I mean, I was reading the text to our sister because she was like, "Can you read it to me because it's going too fast?" I was like, "Okay, that's fine."
13 years old, and they're on.
Well,
for like,
I mean, there were also crazy names in there too sometimes.
Like
so I was like,
Hammer of Bunvolia or something.
Yeah. And so yeah, so it's like I didn't mind it. I feel like we just kind of, I didn't mind being thrown right into that because they did explain stuff. They explained why things happened. And yeah, like visually, I think it could have been cool, but I don't think it hurt the story either to have us just jump right into the middle of it.
I agree. But I think this film is very fun. It's very different. And it sets itself apart from Marvel movies. And I think they needed to do that. Which I very much enjoyed, because I was getting so sick of like every reboot. It was like we have to tell the origin story, and then we'll wait, and then we might see a Justice League or like a lead up, or maybe they'll get a team. It's like nope, like it's just we already know a story. Yes, there's a Justice Gang or whatever. I think that's cool, and so I enjoyed it. I very much enjoyed it. I mean, Christopher Reeve's son even made an appearance, a cameo.
Who was that?
Yeah, the news reporter when the parents, Clark's parents or Superman's parents, he was the news reporter that's like, we just found out about, that was Christopher Reeve's son. That's a real news reporter in real life. So I thought that was really sweet. They're paying homage to Christopher Reeves, and so I thought that was really neat. And the film was fun. Some people were asking, is it family friendly? I would say yes, it's PG-13. I think it's a very fun, entertaining film for the family. There are curse words because it's PG-13, but I don't think they do it as much as I would say the Thunderbolts or other movies.
Yes, this is definitely the one that I think had the least amount that I've seen recently.
Yeah, from a superhero movie because they kind of always try to walk that line. Mm-hmm. But I think they were pretty good. But yeah. I think it's for the. Would you say it's for the family? Yeah, I mean, there's not, other than the few bad words used, and there's a scene where Lois and Clark are like kissing a lot, but it never goes anywhere
they never even hint to it going anywhere. They literally just like start like she asks if she can do an interview of Superman. So it's like it never goes anywhere. But yeah, so I think it depends on what you want your kids to see, but I mean, I think it's a pretty family friendly movie.
Yeah, that scene where they were like kissing, and I was like, it's kind of awkward. Like 50 people in a room just watching like Superman and Lois, and I was like, I think my mic connects are getting cold, and so I just like grabbed under my seat for them. But I think it is family friendly. But the real question is, Emery, where would you, like 1 out of 10, where would you put Superman, the new James Gunn film? You can give it a 5, a 10, a 2, a 7. Where are you going to rank this?
I think I'm gonna do an 8.5.
Really?
Yeah, because there's some things, nothing that I really was like. I mean, there are some things, and it's like, yeah, I didn't really like that, but that's just me, like a preference thing. And then also, there are just some things that I wanted like more of, but maybe they're just waiting to hopefully get a second one to do certain things more. But yeah, so I think I would do an 8.5, maybe like an 8.9, 8.8.
Yeah,
it's up there. It's the high 8s.
Yeah,
so.
I would rank James Gunn's new film Superman a 9 out of 10. Yeah. I
was thinking that, but then I didn't know. I didn't know if you were gonna be like,
our Tyler Hoechlin video. Yeah. I thought it was really fun. I was watching the film, and going into it, I was like sweaty, and I was shaking. You weren't there, like
no, but I heard about it.
You heard of me shaking?
No, I heard after that you were shaking.
I was like, I looked at my dad, and I was like, dude, I'm so excited, and I was. Because, like, it's Superman, dude. He's the best. And so I loved it so much. I thought it was fun, really exciting. And I thought it was really cool. Even the relationship with Lois. Like, we have to talk about Lois. We talk about this Lois, not this Lois, but other Loises in episodes. Emery, how do you think she was in her chemistry with David Corenswet, Superman?
So I actually don't really like her, honestly.
Really?
I think it's probably the way that they wrote her character, honestly, but I don't, and honestly, like the chemistry, it feels like he's carrying everything, which I think is also her like the character type stuff, where he's like he fully loves her, and she's like, yeah, no, I don't know about that. So yeah, it wasn't my favorite. I was talking to my mom about it. I mean, it's like I feel like she just could have done it a little bit differently. I don't know what could have been done differently at the moment, but I don't know. She wasn't my favorite.
Okay. Yeah, I would have to say I really enjoyed her. I thought she was good. I think she's top 3 best Lois Lanes. Okay, like compared to other ones, like where are you gonna place her? Like we're not gonna do a Lois Lane tier list like we do with Superman, but I think it's
okay. That's fair.
Lois
fair.
From Smallville, the OG Lois from Christopher Reeves, and then she's one of them. You know.
Oh, okay.
Okay. There's not that many good Lois Lanes.
I know. I'm aware. It just feels weird to put her in a top 3. But
I think she was great.
Okay,
I thought she was fun. I like literally after the film was over, I was like, I really liked Lois Lane. I thought she was fun, and I liked how she was dedicated, and she looked for Superman even when. You know, he was in danger, which is a very Lois Lane characteristic, which I thought was very fun. But Emery, the real question is, where would you rank David Corenswet Superman on our tier list? Like, we added an extra column so we can move, shift, anything. But this is what we've been waiting for. Like, this is what it's all about. This is
I gotta get my list.
All the cookies, everything. Like, we've been working months on trying to make the perfect tier list. And then ours are a little different. Where would you put David Corenswet on your list?
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to shift everybody from like Tom Welling down one, and I'm going to put David Corenswet at number 3.
So your top 3 are?
Tyler Hoechlin, Christopher Reeve, and David Corenswet.
Okay.
What is yours?
For my tier list of who is the best Superman actors, I'm going to move everyone down, and it's going to be Christopher Reeves is number 1 because he's the OG. He started it. I feel like he did it the best. And then I'm going to put David Corenswet at number 2. I think
That's fair.
did such a beautiful job as the character. I think it's phenomenal watching him be Superman. He's a few years in being Superman, so he's a little immature, but he's still hopeful. He's still fun, and his Clark Kent needs some work, but I think a sequel could help.
I love his Clark Kent. I was so mad that they didn't, like, okay, mad is a strong word. I was like, I really wanted to see more of his Clark Kent.
I did too.
That's because, like, I don't feel like we can say that he wasn't a good Clark Kent because we didn't see enough of him. But what I did see, I really liked.
Yeah, me too. How he was kind of like, he would like crouch and hit, and he was like really defensive.
He was like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was very fun, very sweet. I think he's number 2. So, I mean, yeah, I think that's our list. So comment down below what you think of our list, if you like them, if you hate them. So David Corenswet's number 2. I would also say that this film, I think it's probably the second best Superman film ever.
Yeah, no,
I think it goes Christopher Reeves Superman 1, and then it goes James Gunn Superman 2.
Yeah.
James Gunn Superman, and then the third one is Christopher Reeves Superman 2. You know, I
just feel like it definitely has the same. It makes you feel like, okay, so he's practically a little cousin. He watched the Christopher Reeves.
Who?
Nicholas.
Oh, yeah.
He watched the Christopher Reeve Superman like for the first time, and he fell in love with the character of Superman. Like his dad's a huge Batman fan, but
I think he's gonna be a Superman.
This kid's gonna be a Superman fan because like he runs around with the Superman, David Corenswet Superman, like action figure that you got him. Like he runs around with that. Like he loves it. And so, like, and you could just see,
and
like...
even his little brother, Zachary.
Yeah, even his
he
little
wanted
brother,
it.
yeah.
So I had to get him a Guy Gardner toy so they could play with each other.
play together.
And I think that you go.
But yeah, so, like, you could just see, like, the moment that, like, things kind of, like, changed in his brain. He, like, you fell in love with the character. And that's what I feel like this movie did all over again.
Yes.
It's like, we had... like peak, like Christopher Reeves was the start of so much, and it made you fall in love with the character. And then we've had some bummers since then, and then this one just kind of is almost like a reset. Like it makes you fall in love with the character all over again, and makes you really like hopeful and excited for the future of Superman. So yeah.
No, I agree. I think he is the perfect Superman for this new generation. I think, like I feel. I don't know why I'm saying this like this, but I feel like I'm like giving him blessing. Like after seeing it, it's like, all right, you're good, dude. Like you can be Superman, you know? Because this series, we watched all the Superman movies. We've seen them all. We watched all the shows, and now it's like we watched his, and we're like, you did good, dude. You did good, and give him a little pat on the back, and you're like, you got this. And so you can carry it. And so I think it's really fun to see. There were some little kids in our theater that I think they were digging it up, man. They were wearing their Superman merch, and I was like, that's awesome. We wore ours, and it was just really fun.
I walked into the theater, and I was like, I was out loud singing the theme song of like Superman's theme. And then I was like, I had my like this, and I told my dad, I go, I feel like I need to fly. Like I feel like I need to go fly in the air or something like that. And I was like, I feel like that's what Superman should make you feel, is like feel like you could do anything. Feel like the world is like the world has hope, honestly, and that's really what I got from the movie.
He makes you want to be a better person while watching.
Yeah,
and that is Superman, and that is why I think he's the second best Superman, and Chris Reeves is the number 1. You know, so I think that's really cool. But thank you guys so much for watching. This is the finale. This is the end of it. We ranked all the Supermen. I know some of you guys were like, do George Reeves, do animated ones, and it's like, okay, we only have a few months, and these do take a lot to edit. We're literally recording this Monday. It'll be out Tuesday. So for you guys, the other day we record this, and it'll be out tomorrow. So we'll be probably staying up all night to edit this, but thank you guys so much for truly staying with us and watching it. The episodes views have been doing very well. The shorts are doing well. So thank you guys so much for sticking with us. We appreciate it. And see you guys. God bless. And don't forget to look up.